What's up, guys? It's Bumpkins. Today is Wednesday, May 19th. Wednesday means New Comic Book Day. New Comic Book Day means New Comic Book Haul video. As always, I went down to Infinity Flux here in Chattanooga, Tennessee to pick up another large and misshapen stack of books that we're going to jump right into because there's a lot of them. So we're going to start with Amazing Spider-Man number 66. I still haven't read any of this series, but that's okay. I am definitely going to catch up at some point. Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade number 3. I haven't read this mini-series yet either, but I do have the first two, and I'm excited to catch up on this. I like that cover with Black Knight and Thor. I really like that quite a bit. Champions number 7. I have the first 6, and I haven't read these either, so but I'm going to get to them at some point. I really like the cover art on this. I like all the heroes in this, so I'm looking forward to catching up on this. Daredevil number 30. Nice Elektra Daredevil on the cover. I haven't read this series either, but I'm going to catch up on that as well. We're going to get to some stuff that I've read, I promise. But Daredevil 30, I'm excited to catch up on that. So, Fantastic Four Life Story number 1, the 60s. I couldn't not get the Brett Booth cover. I love Brett Booth. He's one of my favorite artists. I actually just started reading Spider-Man Life Story last night in preparation for this, just to get an idea of what the storytelling would be like. I have no idea how I completely missed that series, that Spider-Man Life Story series. What I've read so far is fantastic, no pun intended, and I can't wait to... I'm going to finish that first. I've got a couple more issues left, and then I'm going to jump onto this one, but I can't wait to read Fantastic Four done in that style, because it was really, really good. All right, so something I did read already today. Heroes Reborn number 3. I picked up the trading card variant as well as the action figure variant. This is a lot of fun, guys. This series is a lot of fun. I don't see it as a big world-shattering event. It's just more, like I say every time we have one of these, it's more of a nice, fun, what if Elseworlds type book. So if you don't want to get this just because of event fatigue, don't worry about it. It's not that. It's just a fun story. This one focuses on the Blur, and there's a nice backup story that progresses the main story of the Heroes Reborn universe, and we're starting to get a few clues as to how it got this way, but we don't really know still for certain yet, but we're getting there. So this is really fun, guys. Pick this one up if you like those kinds of stories. One that I'm really excited about is Shang-Chi number 1. I did read the 5-issue miniseries that led into this, and it was really good. The thing that they did with the 5-Weapon Society, and now Shang-Chi apparently is the head of that, and how that changes his character, and it was all really, really, really great, and I can't wait to expand more on that story with this ongoing series. And then kind of an impulse buy that I wasn't planning on getting, but I got just because it was there. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 6. This collects Amazing Spider-Man 29 through 31 and Red Goblin, Red Death number 1. Now, I may have double dipped a bit because this does say Absolute Carnage, and I do have the Absolute Carnage Omnibus. So I may not have even needed to get this one at all. I'm not real sure, but I have the first 4 of these trades, in an effort to catch up with this series so that I can then eventually read number 66. Impulse buy, but I thought my trade collection of this would look weird if I didn't have number 6. So I got that as well. So that's it for Marvel. Moving on to DC, which I got yesterday. My son and I went in to Infinity Flux yesterday to pick up the DC books, mostly so that we could get Batman Fortnite 0 Point number 3, Batman vs. Snake Eyes. I got the A cover for my son and the awesome Jim Lee cover for myself. Guys, this story is great. There's a lot of people that hate on this because Fortnite or whatever. Forget all that. The story is really good, especially this one. Batman and Snake Eyes fight this whole time. That's never happened before. It'll probably never happen again. But it also, I feel like it adds a little bit to the story of Fortnite as well. Who's controlling the island and the storm and all that. There's communication going back and forth between two people as these guys are fighting. It was really good. I mean, I thought I was kind of into this series at first just to get the code so I could play with my son and us have all the cool skins. Now I'm completely in it for the story, and the codes are just a nice little bonus. But this is great. I really, really like this. The Flash 770, again, Brett Booth cover. I'm not loving this. I liked Quantum Leap when I was a kid, and this is basically what it is Wally West is in Quantum Leap, and he's jumping through time, leaping into other bodies. It's fine. I don't. If that story goes on for too much longer, I'll probably drop it. But for now, I want to see where it goes. So we'll see. We'll see. Justice League number 61, the B cover. I may be an issue behind on this. I'm not too sure. But this looks cool. I don't know much about Naomi at all, so I may need to do a little bit of research before I read this, just so I can get the full enjoyment out of it. But excited to read that. Legends of the Dark Knight number 1, the B cover. Kind of a nice supplementary Batman story to all of the Tiny and stuff that's going on right now that I'm not caught up on, but this is sort of exists outside of that, so this will give me a nice Batman book that I can read until I catch up on the Tiny and stuff. Speaking of the Tiny and stuff, well, this isn't Tiny, but Nightwing number 80. I haven't read this since it sort of restarted with Tom Taylor. Since this runs parallel to the Tiny and Batman run, which I haven't caught up on, I'm saving these. But I love these covers, and I'm excited to get caught up on this because I hear a lot of good things. And Superman Red, White, and Blue, Superman Red and Blue number 3. I just read the first issue the other day. It was all right. Not my favorite of the anthology series. That one probably still is Wolverine Black, White, and Blood, and then we've got the Carnage stuff, and then there's Batman Black and White, all that stuff. But I like the anthology series, so I'll stick with this a little while longer. And then Wonder Girl number 1, Yara Flor in her own ongoing series. We saw her in Future State. I liked the character. She didn't do... I wanted to see her do more in Future State because I really like her character, but I felt like she didn't do a lot. So, although I liked her actually quite a bit better in the Future State Justice League. She did a lot more there. I like the character, and I'm excited to see her in her own ongoing and learn more about her. And then the last thing from DC was Dark Knight's Death Metal War of the Multiverses, collecting, some various death metal stories. I'm trying to get all the death metal stuff in trade or hardcover so that it's all there when I'm ready. So moving on to Image and the Indies, Home number 2. I like the first one all right. Some immigrants seeking asylum in the United States, and the child has powers, so it's kind of some real world type stuff with also some comic book elements. So I've seen a lot of hate for this book online, but the great thing about comics is if you don't like something, you don't have to read it. So I liked it, and I can't wait to keep going. Jules Verne's Lighthouse number 2. Haven't read the first one yet. I don't really know what the story's about. But I wanted to at least get a couple issues, try it out, see if I like it, see if I keep going or not. Oh boy. Okay. So, Radiant Black number 4. I just finished reading this one. All I'm going to say about this one is at the end of issue 3, it said, next issue, everything changes. And they weren't lying. So I really liked this. I won't say anything else about it. If you're reading Radiant Black, read this right now. That's all I'm going to say. Scumbag number 8. I love that cover. I am caught up on this series. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of crude humor. Don't read this if kids are in the same house as you. This is really fun. I like that. One of my favorites from Image right now is Stray Dogs number 4. This is a really fun series. It's a murder mystery told from the perspective of dogs, and each issue is getting a little bit more brutal. So we'll see. I think we're getting close to wrapping up on this. I think this is a 5-issue series, and this is number 4. So I really like this one, and I'm eager to see how it continues from the last issue, because that was pretty crazy. And then Ultra Mega number 3. I don't think I've read the second issue yet, but the first one was really fun. And these are all like 60 pages. Like, these are all square bound. I like this one. I like the first issue, so I need to get caught up. Let's see, that was all for Image, but then moving on to some others. I finally got the We Live trade paperback. I think this one may have been delayed a little bit. I slept on this series. I was way late to it, so I'm excited to jump in. I've heard a lot of good things, and this collects the first 5 issues, I think. Something like that. I believe it's the first 5. So yeah, I've heard a lot of good things, and I can't wait to dive in. The Bequest number 3. I really liked the first one. I didn't love the second one as much. But I'm going to hang around a little bit longer just to see, you know, if it gets better or worse, and then I'll make a decision from there. One that I did like, the first issue of Phantom on the Scan. This is number 2. I read number 1 the other day. Really enjoyed it. I want to see more of this world and these characters and this story and where it's even going, because I don't really know yet, but I'm excited to read that one. All right, so here's one that I know almost nothing about, and this is a big like prestige format, Eden. This is a one-shot from Aftershock written by Cullen Bunn. I just saw this advertised in the back of one of these Aftershock books, and it said it was like a romance horror story. From what I read on the back, I guess there's a tattoo artist. He's kind of just sort of humdrumming through each day. Then he meets a woman that he sort of falls in with. He gives her a tattoo, but any tattoo that she gets only lasts for a few days. And there's a mystery behind that. And I don't know what that is. I don't know, it piqued my interest, and I like the big, I don't normally love these big like prestige format because you can't fit them in a long box. But it's a one-shot. I thought it would be like a nice, good one-and-done story, so we're going to check that out. Over at Boom, picked up the Many Deaths of Layla Starr, number 2. I haven't read number 1 yet, but I wanted to get at least a couple so I could gauge it for myself. Luna, number 4. I like this series, sort of it's getting a little bit more mysterious. I'm caught up on the first 3 issues. Sort of a girl falls in with a cult in the 70s or early 70s. But there's a lot more supernatural stuff to it that I still don't quite understand, so we'll see if this one answers any of my questions. I picked up We Only Find Them If They're Dead. We Only Find Them When They're Dead, number 6. I read the first issue and liked it. Haven't read anything else since then, but I do have the first 5. So I thought I would keep going with it until I've caught up, and then I'll make a decision on whether I want to keep going with it or not. So one that I got based on how Infinity Flux described it on one of their Comics from the Future videos is Red Room. Now this sounds like another book that you should not read if there are any kids in the house. Sort of, it's kind of a gory, you know, there's a black, not black market, I mean dark web, where you can actually pay Bitcoin to watch people get tortured. It sounds pretty gruesome, but those stories can be kind of fun sometimes, as long as you understand that they're fiction, so I can't wait to check that one out. Got this one for my son and myself. Godzilla Monsters and Protectors, number 2. I got the classic movie cover, so that's going to be fun for him to check out. Jonah and the Impossible Monsters, number 3. Number 2 was a really quick read. There was almost no dialogue whatsoever, but this is a really fun series by Chris Samney. All ages, but that doesn't mean that adults can't enjoy it too. So this one is fun. And then picked up a couple things from the dollar bins. Iron Man Annual, shoot, I don't know which one this is. The price tag is covering it up. Whichever Iron Man Annual this is. I think it's from like the mid-90s. Assault on Armor City Part 3. I got to find out where the other parts are. But, you know, I'm building that Iron Man run, and this is going to go with that, so I don't have any of the annuals. And then in the dollar bin, I always kept meaning to get this, and there was several in the dollar bin, so I thought I'd go ahead and pick it up. Spawn 311, the Chadwick Boseman tribute cover. I just think that's really nice and well done. And I keep seeing it, and I keep meaning to pick it up. And when I saw it in the dollar bins, I was like, okay, now's the time to do it. So that was really cool. So that's it, guys. That's everything for this week. A lot of really good books. Some that I've already read are really fun, and there's a whole bunch more that I can't wait to dive into. So if you like this video or any of the other videos on my channel, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it a sarcastic thumbs up. If nothing else, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you picked up this week. If you're enjoying Heroes Reborn, if you're going to try any of these crazy horror books from Aftershock or anything else, or just whatever you picked up, let me know. I love comic books. I could talk about them with a room full of people or just to a camera. So guys, I appreciate you watching. Remember, comic books are supposed to be fun. There's plenty out there for everyone. If you don't like something that someone else does like, it doesn't hurt you. Just let everybody enjoy what they like. And if you don't like something, that's cool too. Like I said, there's plenty for everyone. So comics are supposed to be fun. They are just another great form of storytelling, and let's enjoy that. So guys, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.